Good day, puppy lovers. Today I have Lily with me, little Coton de tulear. Join me for some tips and tricks how to get some knots out because she's got lots of knots. Lots of knots. So this little girl got a brush at home. Mom brushed her before bringing her in, and I'm seeing that there are still some mats. You can sometimes just kind of rip these little mats here, kind of like separate them like with your fingers. That does help also. But she has some also on this leg. See over here, like this is all caught up. So you can just cut that or you can just split it like this. This is what I do. I try to split some before getting her in the bath. So if your dog has just a few mats and knots, you can just work them before putting them in the bath. If they're too matted, of course, you're going to need to shave the dog down. But we don't want to shave Lily. The reason why she's long like this, because she's not usually this long. But the reason why is because there was some sort of get-together, a Coton de tulear get-together. Hang on, I just gotta put this on. And the client wanted this pup to look fantastic with their, the beautiful, longer, fluffy hair. So, but now we're gonna go back to her normal length, which is 17 millimeters. Actually 16, sorry. And I will show you exactly how I'm going to get that done in just a moment. I'm going to start with a nice rinse here, and we're going to get her all soaked up. So when dogs have longer hair like this, it's good to not rub round and round like that because you don't want to cause more matting, right? Here it's fine, it's not that bad. But we do want to kind of squeeze like this instead. Watch this. See, in general, most of the time we'll go round and round. But you don't want to do that when they have longer hair. You don't want to cause more trouble for yourself or for the dog. So you just kind of squeeze. That will show you again on this side. Come in and just squeeze. And you want to get, see, I'm kind of doing this. You want to get that down to the skin. We're not just washing the hair, guys. We're washing the skin. The skin needs to be cleaned. Get this leg done also. Because this is about, of course, grooming is about, the dog looking fantastic when they leave. They smell great. But it really also is about health, for their health. What I usually do, if I'm not giving a second, because she doesn't really need a second shampoo, but she would need a little more on her feet, so I kind of just squish that out. You can either rinse and then do a second shampoo, or what I like to do is just, I just soaked it up, squish everything out. I'm going to add more of this shampoo. It's more water. I'm going to give it a second scrub. And that makes all the difference. It really does. And for those who don't know me, I'm Elizabeth Jenn, professional dog groomer since 2010. I upload new videos every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I also have my memberships going, so if you are interested in full dog grooms, you can join my membership. Just click join, and also I do have some full grooms on this channel. So if you want to go check out the rest of my videos, you can do that also. Give her a little bit of a rinse here. Again, I don't want to be rubbing. See how I'm just pulling? Yeah, we don't want to cause any trouble. Okay, so as you see, there's trouble here. Look at all this trouble. That is trouble. When I come in with the dryer, first I'm gonna put a little bit, because of this conditioning spray, just a little, because I'm not crazy about this conditioning spray, but anyhow, I prefer the, is it D-Knot or something like that? Anyhow, so yeah, can you see this trouble here? As soon as I start drying, the dryer might help, it will help a little to separate some of these. But, you know, these dogs, as soon as you wet them, it's huge trouble. All right, so let's dry this little girl. I'm going to dry her, and I'm going to show you. I can't talk while I'm drying because you won't hear me, but you'll see me working the mats with the dryer. All right, so let's do this and see if it helps a little bit for this little girl. Hang on. We'll get the dryer and we'll start it. All right, so we got our work cut out for us today. I'm going to show you a few things that I use, tools that I use for getting rid of some of these mats and knots. She is pretty knotted. The dryer, as you noticed, I don't know if you noticed, but the dryer does help to take some of these knots out. So as you're seeing, I'm brushing, and I'm not brushing along the skin. I'm tapping and pulling away from the skin so that you don't cause any brush burns. I seriously suggest you trying the brush on your arm lightly to see how it feels. Do the same thing on your arm that you're doing to the dog. If you're rubbing on the skin like that, you are going to cause yourself some burns. So what I will do in general, I'll just brush a little like that and then come in and see with my comb to see where the trouble's at. And today, I will be cutting out some of these knots. Actually, what I'm going to do to save time, because I know this will be short, I'm just going to brush the best I can on the legs, brush the body, and I'm going to try to see if I can get my clipper to go through, like the length that I have to go through, because sometimes the knots are just on the tip. So if my clipper can come underneath, then we're good to go, okay? I know on the legs in general, for the legs, I will be scissoring. So often I'll just scissor into the knot, give this a good brush, scissor into the knot, and then after that, brush again to see if I got through some of those knots with the scissors, so that I don't have to take every single little knot away with the brush, right? Lily is really tired of being brushed, I think, because her mom said, because her mom doesn't have to brush her that much usually because she's a lot shorter. But as mentioned, they have this specific party get together with Coton de tulears, and she just wanted her to look magnificent with all her glory, huh? Yeah. So as long as your comb is going through, you know you're in a good place. So it's not that bad on the top here, actually. I thought she'd have more than that back here because she had some at her collar, but I brushed and it came out pretty easy. So see, all the back part, this top part is done, okay? So I'm gonna come in and see this leg here. See how I'm kind of popping out? Instead of trying to pull down and yank that knot out, I just try to like pick at it instead. It's a lot more comfortable for the dog, and it works. You can do it with the tip also. Sometimes I'll do it with the tip. But for, as I mentioned here, this is going to be good enough for me because I'm going to be, here, I'll try this too. I'm going to be going through with the scissors. This here is a knife. It cuts the mats. It's a mat knife, well, dematting knife. You can call it a dematting comb, or as long as you're not putting it behind the mat and pulling out. Pulling up and down is the way to go, lightly. You can also hold, once you've got the mat, you kind of got to go in a sawing motion. I think that's not bad. We'll see the other side here. Sometimes I use this dematting tool. You see, I'm just going up and down. See how it just gets everything out? And it depends on the area. Like that was just a leg, but this here, I'll hold this because it's a little more sensitive on the side here. Now the matting comb cuts only on one side. It cuts this side, not this side. So I'm just going to try to brush some of that out. Now that's a lot. So I'm just going to try to cut with my scissors in there. You'll see how I do it. So I would say most of her knots are now gone on the body. It took me a good 10 minutes to try to get through the knots with the comb and the brush and this comb, the dematting comb. So the thing is on her legs, for sure, they're not all dematted. They're not all brushed out. I did a little bit of brushing. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do her body for now. And let's see. She's going to be 16 millimeter, which means she is the yellow Andis comb. That is the 0.5/8 inch, which we are going to leave. So this is going to be satisfying, guys, because there's a lot of hair coming off. Oh, I wish she was a 13 or a 10. Oh, that would have been great. Okay, so let's get this done and see how things go from here. And I'll show you how I take off, like how I cut through the knots on the legs. So here I'm just going to give it a little bit of an angle. We're going to do one side, come in one side, and then come in and do the other side like this, so it's a crisscross method. And the crisscross method just helps to blend. Just helps it blend in a little better. There, honey. Hang on. Let's do this part here. Sit, 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 sit. It's better when they're sitting. Come right behind the ear. A lot coming off. Again, this is the 16 millimeter. Let me do the other side also before I tie her up. And then I guess I will see you once I start grooming the feet. Or the sides here. I'll show you how I get the sides, because here I didn't get all the mats out. So I'll show you how I do that. So see how the mats are not, I didn't take them out here. My comb just gets caught in it. And actually my comb, will it get caught in the legs? There's mats here that I did not get rid of. I am going to just do the rest and try to scissor that instead. See, there are areas where the mats are not, yeah. So I'm just gonna come in and try to cut this out instead. Cut it at the end. I'm gonna finish this part and I'll show you how I do it. Hang on. All right, so I'm just gonna come in with my scissors. Here's my straights here. And I'm gonna try to kind of cut through the mats, the little knots here. Because I don't like having to brush this out because the dogs don't really like it either, you know? I mean, that's the main reason why I don't like doing it, because I don't like the dogs, you know, to be uncomfortable, unhappy. There's a knot right here. So if I cut right through it, see there's a little bit of the knot left, but it's cut like split in half, partially. All of this, watch, just cut that out like that. It's better than making a hole anyhow. No, you'd be careful. I'd be careful. She doesn't like this. So it's easier to kind of lightly brush some out. Oh, see, she's getting iffy with me. I'm gonna come under here and do some over here. Lightly, just a little bit. It's not perfect, guys. It can't be perfect when they're in trouble like this. Not easy to create perfection. Okay, so now that I got that out, hang on, I think I got here out too, yeah. So I'm just gonna come back in with my clipper and just try to straighten everything out. Get it out. These soft coats, guys. Soft coats are not my favorite to work with, because they're just, as soon as you touch them, you know, your handprint stays, and I don't know. It's not my favorite coat to work with. But see how I was able to get rid of the knot without having to brush too much out? Guys, tell me if you've tried this or if you have another technique. Let me know what you think about this here. Okay, so for her feet, first of all, I'm gonna just show you how I'll contour her toes here, and then I'll show you how I do this back leg here. I might have some knots in there. Do we have any knots? We do have a little bit of knots back here. So instead of brushing this out, I'm trying to save some time here. I'm going to just pull. See, there's a knot there. I don't need to, that's all going anyway. So I pull it to the edge, whoops, and then, see, no more knots. See some knots on the inside? Dogs don't like being brushed on the inside of the leg here. Instead of brushing that leg, let's save everybody from having to go through the brush out. Here, I'm just concentrated here. Whenever you hear me slow down and not talk, it's because I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna brush up just a few times. See how I didn't have to brush that? I mean, it's normal. You might have to brush it if you're leaving it longer. But since she's getting, you know, a shorter cut, this is just gonna save you guys so much more time. It's gonna save the dog from having to go through all of that brushing. Okay, so let's say here, okay, so there's no knots. Apparently I took all the knots out. Now fluff it all up. If there were knots and I would be pulling and you'd feel the knot here, I'm not talking about a mat that's stuck to the skin. I'm talking about if you're pulling and you got some stuff all around the edges, you know, some knots around the edges, you can cut right through that. Just come and cut right through that and start your cut as if the knot wasn't there. And then fluff everything back up and there's no more knots. But there were no more knots on this leg. I'll find a leg with knots. Okay, so see over here, we got some knots there. You don't have to, see how the comb is just pulling to the edge and it's got that knot there. Let's cut right through that. Be careful, guys. There's that little toe that's right here underneath. There's a toe there. Let's see if she's got some master knots on the sides here, which she does. See, I can't even get through it. So what I'm gonna do, see how my comb just locks in there? But it is detached from the skin, so I'm fine with that. I'm still gonna come in, do this whole thing all the way down, okay? Come and see if anything special happened. Any knots gone? No, let's do this again. Just Move yourself over, honey. And this is approximately the length I want to leave it. So at this point, I'll finish the leg. I'll still finish the leg, and then I'm going to show you, there's a little bit of brushing that happens, but really just a little bit. So see here, more knots there. Guys, these ears and the heads are always dragging down. Put your head to the side, honey. I'm going to pull everything to the side here. A little bit of knotting going on there. You cut all of that out. Okay, underneath. Just going to finish shaping this leg, and then I'll show you. She's got something there. What that is. Okay. I'm going to fluff everything up, up, up. There's knots in there. There's a little bit of knots there. I'm just going to lock that leg because she just keeps pulling. So I'm just holding her elbow there, locking the leg straight because I was trying to hold her and she just keeps pulling. Oh, hang on. I got to do around her foot here. There. Show me around your foot here. It looks like a mess right now, but it won't be. Hang on. Okay, so since I took some out, see how, there you go. All the knots are gone. No more knots. Because I've opened up that knot that was there, I shortened everything. Turn around, honey. See what I mean about these soft coats? You just touch them and then it looks bad. They always have to stay combed for them to look nice. That's the only reason why. I'm not nuts about how this hair reacts, but they are beautiful though. They are so beautiful. Okay. Yes, you are beautiful. You know it too. Let's fluff everything up. Let's fluff that up. Put your head on the side there. No, she won't let me do it. Yeah, you gotta work together. You wanna get it done. You guys, I upload new videos every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And if ever you're interested, I have another channel called Backyard Gardening with Liz. And if ever you're interested, it's a brand new channel. And yeah, I have a huge project going on there. I still have a lot of work to do with this little Lily girl. Straighten out these legs and finish off her face. So I'm gonna let you guys go. And I guess I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye. Hey there, pet parents and grooming gurus. If you enjoyed my tail-wagging transformations and want more tips to keep your furry friends looking fabulous, just hit that subscribe button. Remember, every click helps spread the love and lathers of grooming joy. Subscribe now and let's embark on this fluffy journey together.